Let me know when you're in. I'm just going to do my skincare while I wait for people to come in. I've got everything in here because I'm moving, so I've got, if I show you, it in all a black bag. So literally everything is in here, literally, because everything else is packed because I'm moving. So it's heavy. But today we're doing the Sheglam Wizard of Oz eyeshadow palette. I've had it for a while. I just never really I did some swatches, but I've never really actually used it. So we're going to use that today. Let me know when you're in. I'm going to do my skincare with you as well. So, but yeah, because I'm moving, everything is everywhere. The background obviously has changed. If you're a long time subscriber, you'll know that I usually do it in my room, my bedroom. So I'm just opening it up because even my brushes are in this bag, guys. Everything is just like in such a small place, but I won't complain. I won't complain. So I'm going to go in first with this eyeshadow, or this, it is the Nourishing Gel Moisturizer from Superdrug. It's Superdrug Zone. So I'm doing my skincare with you. Thank you for the love hearts, whoever did that. Let me know when you're on. So it's the Wizard of Oz eyeshadow palette today from Sheglam, and it's really, really pretty. Lots of shimmers, blues, pinks, greens. We're gonna look for it here, guys, because in my little box here, I've got so much. I've switched around my bronzers. So this is the Huda Beauty Glow Wish bronzer. Trying to do kind of a switch around so I remember what I have. Sticking with the Makeup by Mario because it's the only really skin enhancer that I have. So I'm going to keep using that. And then if I just show you, I'm trying to find it, guys. You should see this box down here. I'm not used to this. Okay, but I'm moving soon, so that's why. Let me know when you're on. If you're a subscriber already, let me know. If you're not, my name is Kira. I do makeup tutorials, reviews, things that I'm sent, but I also do most recently mental health videos. I'm sure I put it here, guys. So yes, the Sheglam and Wizard of Oz palette, they do mascara, liners, everything. I just particularly bought the Wizard of Oz palette, but do say hello. Hi, Kale. Hi, 3Girl. How are you? What have you guys been up to today? And tell me that I've actually put it in here, guys, because knowing me, I haven't put it in. Hi, Mr. Virtual. Hi, KK on pause. We're going to be using the Skin Silk Revolution Foundation. I'm dating a man from Wales and I'm in the US. Is that a bad idea? It depends how long you've been, how long you've known him, or if you plan to see each other. Sometimes online, when you get to know somebody a bit more, sometimes it kind of takes the pressure off when you actually meet them face to face. So it could be a good thing. I am hoping, guys, or else I'm going to have to stay. I bet you I have not put the palette in here. That is so something that would happen to me. What have I done with the Sheglam? I had, basically what's happened is I had a viewing today. So I did the whole place, the whole house, clean wise. Even though it was clean, I still just wanted to have it like, because I knew they'd be walking around and seeing the different rooms. And I think I just put everything in certain bags. But I'm really sure that I took out this palette. Guys, my goodness. Let me catch up. A man from Wales, his name is Jonah. That's quite a nice name. We plan on meeting. He wants me to move with him, but Wales seems so depressing. Oh, wow. Be very careful before you move. Don't make that. Have you ever seen him once even? Go for a holiday maybe. Don't move straight away. That's what my advice would be. Go for a holiday first. I certainly wouldn't advise, you know, moving country. Take that from me. I found it. I basically had a relationship about 12 years ago, which is very similar to me. I was in Ireland, and he said it's not really going to work if you don't come over to the UK, and I did. And I should have gone on a holiday once or twice. I shouldn't have jumped that gun. So my advice would be, I found it, guys. It's just stuck. My advice would be, have a holiday first. Don't go straight away. Okay, I found it, but I've packed it so well it won't come out. Oh my goodness. Oh, found it. So this is it, guys. It's the There's No Place Like Home Sheglam Wizard of Oz eyeshadow palette. So let me just catch up with the Let's see here. Hi Darcy, can I have a shout out? Hi Bernie, how are you? Thank you for joining. Hi Darcy again. My favorite color is yellow. Let's get married, okay. Hello Chris. Thank you Darcy. Thank you CLB Productor. Hi Venki. Hi Johnny. I can't pronounce your name, but I think you've been on my live before. You're brunette. Your comment is just below Venki N, so I say hello to you too. Hi Frankie. So this is the palette, guys. It's the Wizard of Oz, There's No Place Like Home from Sheglam. If you don't know what Sheglam are, they're from Shein, and Shein is a website where they do clothing, they do houseware, but Sheglam is their makeup section. And this is what it looks like. So really summer kind of lovely colors there. If we start to swatch them, I've got all my lights on, so really beautiful colors, guys, if we do that. So yeah, I thought that would be quite nice to do. They're all named as well, but I will put the names up down below. So let me know if you've ever been on my channel before. If you haven't, do take a look. And my name is Kira. I'm from Ireland originally, but I'm living in Oxford in the UK. And I do makeup. I've been on YouTube about 12 years, and I do makeup tutorials. I'm sent makeup that I review, but also most recently, I've done mental health videos that I've been requested to do. So yes, I'm going to do my creams and everything with you guys. So the foundation we're going to use today. So basically this is a makeup tutorial. If you guys are interested, definitely stay. But I know sometimes when you come onto a stream, you don't necessarily know what it is. So if you're not interested, I don't mind. So this is the Revolution Skin Silk, and mine is an F5. It's a serum, a foundation serum. So that's amazing. So really good for your skin because it has kind of hyaluronic acid, things like that in it, which is great. So let's pop on the, I'm just going to catch up with the comments. Coras, do you know? No, I don't. Johnny Sins makeup. Yes. Hi again, Akaki. You're so cute, Sarana. Thank you. So this is what the gel looks like, guys. It's like a water-based cream. I'm just going to pop that all over the skin. Make sure that I'm not going to pop on that blue. My camera is shaking now, guys, on its own, which is frustrating because I got it on TikTok. It's really good, but it attaches to the phone basically. So it is a little bit top heavy, but it's really good. I can't complain. It's just a bit top heavy. Okay, so yes, and in my spare time, not my spare time, I work as a support worker for full-time for people with autism and Down syndrome. Hi Kate, how are you? Kai, is that cream for combination skin? So yes, it is. It's a nourishing gel moisturizer. So it's going to have a gel moisturizer, generally will have a lot of ingredients for sort of sensitive to kind of combination skin. That's also dry. My skin is going through a dry phase, but it's probably because of the weather, because here in the UK at the minute, we're experiencing a lot of hot weather, which is not really what we're used to. So, but yes, this is for a normal combination and sensitive skin, and you can get it in Superdrug in the UK because it's their own brand. So what I'm going to do now, thank you for the love hearts. So, oh no, is it sensitive skin friendly? Absolutely. If you have Superdrug where you are, it's their own brand. So vitamin C detox skincare. So it's amazing, guys, absolutely amazing. I'm not going out because it's 8:30 at night in the UK. And I only say that because I'm not going to pop on an SPF. So what I'm going to do is use this is the L'Oreal Revitalift Replumping Hyaluronic Acid Cream. And the great thing about this is that one pump and that's all you need. So I'm just going to catch up on the comments. I'm good, thank you, Kate. How has your day been? Harper, I have a question. What's your question? So yes, oh no, it is sensitive skin friendly. Avery, give me a shout out. Hi, Avery. And hi, Randy9. Thank you, Mohammed. So basically what I'm going to do is just pop this on. And as I said, it's really not wasteful because you just pop on one. Mohammed, are you married? No, I'm not married. Okay, Key, are you from Wales? No, I'm from Ireland. I'm not from Wales, I'm from Ireland. Dublin in Ireland. But I'm living in the UK at the minute. So yeah, this is really good. It's got hyaluronic acid in it, so that's really, really good for the skin. And guys, men and women can use this. It's not specific to females. I mean, it's got hyaluronic acid. Everybody's skin needs hyaluronic acid. And it's replumping, and it's a water cream. So, I mean, it's friendly to male and female. H, I like you. Thank you, H. Mohammed, I used to live in Dublin. Okay, what part of Dublin did you used to live in? It's quite expensive there now to live. I used to live there. Jennifer O'Gorman. Oh, we have the same surname. I can't wait until you put on the foundation. I'm a foundation girly. You're so pretty. I'm a foundation girly. I know lots of people are eyeshadow kind of fanatics. I'm foundation, blush, and bronze. It's just I absolutely love. Yes, Ireland. Kate Tabor. I am Irish on both sides of the family. So do you live in Ireland, Kate? Mohammed, I am finding someone to be my girlfriend. Okay, well, good luck with that, Mohammed. Okay, so now what we're going to do is pop on the primer. But yeah, I look, Kate, this is amazing. I've used it 3 times already, so it's relatively new. But it doesn't have SPF. That's the only thing I'll say. But it has anything that is a foundation serum is always going to have skincare products. Yes, me too. We Gormans need to support each other. Absolutely. It's rare to find somebody else called O'Gorman. I don't think I've actually, bar my own family, actually had another person that I've met called O'Gorman. So what we're going to do is pop on the primer. Now I'm doing really well with the Poreless Putty Primer from e.l.f. Kate, dying to come to visit, not lucky enough to live there. I would love to come and visit. So where are you now, Kate? So both of your parents are basically Irish. Is that what you mean? Tassos, hey, say hello to the ghosts in your house. Oh, Tassos, you don't want to know. I was talking to Andrea about the most recent thing. You don't want to know. Oh my goodness. Jennifer O'Gorman, whoa. So basically, guys, in my last 2 lives, I mentioned something that happened last year and something that happened quite recently. And then something else has happened, but I've got 2 weeks to move and I'm counting down. And I'm very, I'm very selective about who I tell because you know, people either believe in those things, and I'm talking about kind of ghosts and things like that, or people don't. And I'm quite a practical person. So I have told Sophie, who you may know, that if you're a long-term subscriber, is one of my very good friends, and she's very open-minded. She's not specifically believing in any kind of religion, but she's kind of an open-minded person. But yes, I've had, I should say, some very, very far apart activities. So last year, just to catch people up, hi Chris, Kate Tabor, Indiana. Oh my goodness, I've always wanted to be there or go there even. I'm from Bulgaria. Keiki, wow, what's it like in Bulgaria? Chris, hi Chris, thank you for the wave. So basically last year, guys, I was fast asleep. I mean, fast asleep. It was quite cold, so the covers like were right up in here in my bed, and and I had told 2 people, and one had a reaction of, you know, thinking I was crazy, but the other person, which was Sophie, my best friend, if you had known from my lives, was very kind of understanding. So I'm very practical before I say anything person, but basically the covers, when I was fast asleep on my bed, came down by themselves. And it woke me up and I could see them coming down. And then nothing happened for 6 months. And then last Wednesday, which is just gone, yeah, last week, I had come in from work, had a shower, brushing my teeth in the mirror, and something just like tapped me. So if you hear that sound, just tap me like that on the shoulder. There was nobody there because I was in the mirror, and that just absolutely freaked me out. And then the last thing that happened is a couple of days ago, which my friend Sophie knows about, is that I was just cleaning frantically because there's people viewing the house all the time because I'm moving, and there was like just footsteps around me. So yeah, so that's what's happened, Tassos. That's the most the newest thing is the footsteps. But I'm trying to just kind of keep myself busy, but I'm not very knowledgeable about these things. But let's go back to the makeup because we don't want to freak ourselves out. But Tassos, it's good to hear from you. And great that you're on. I hope you're having a good, week in work and you've had a good weekend. Kate, I believe. Thank you, Kate. Thank you for the wave, Chris. KK, it's dry and cold here, sometimes too hot. Wow, so you have like a mixture of hot and cold weather. So it's too hot at the minute? Tassos, footsteps. Yes, so I mean, just like, because it's wooden floors, nothing kind of dramatic or anything. I say not dramatic, but I was just doing things. So obviously the TV was off, you know. The neighbors here are quite noisy, so I tend not to really have anything on and there was just like, because it's a wooden floor, I could hear the footsteps in the living room, and I was in the living room, and I just kind of walked out of the room and did other things. So yeah, that's the most recent thing that's happened. I refer to Kate, I refer to spirituality that lets you see operations and people and all that, I believe. You've always wanted to be in Indiana. I've always wanted to be in Ireland. We should switch. Oh my goodness, yes. I would take an invite to Indiana. Thank you. Kate, crazy. Kate, it's hot. Yeah, it's been hot here, Kate, and we're not used to it in the UK or Ireland. We're not used to this temperatures, and then it gets very humid, and then there's a storm, and then kind of you think a storm is going to clear everything away, but it doesn't. When, you know, it just keeps on. The temperature is about, for us, 27 or 28 degrees is quite, you know, hot for us here in the UK, and it's just been consistent. Today was quite cooler, so that was quite nice. But yeah, I've had the fan on. I've had, you know, just to keep cool. So, have we put our primer on yet? No, I don't want to talk about ghosts the whole time, but they're very far apart, guys. It's not something that's happened kind of quite regularly, which makes you not really think about it too much. But these things are kind of, you know, gearing up slightly. So I'm sort of glad. I've told Sophie, and I've told somebody in work who is actually very understanding, because if they know me, I'm very practical in work. You know, I just do things, I get on with things. So for me, I'm just trying to kind of count down the days that I'm going, because where I'm moving to is very close to my work. So currently, I have to get a bus that takes about an hour and 20 minutes to get to work. So it is going to be good when I leave. But Tassos, I hope you've been well. Liam, I subbed. Thank you, Liam. Tassos, it's a sign that moving is the right thing to do. I think so. I completely agree with you. Sorry, I'm just catching up. Name Mark Syphable. Hello, can you shout out my dad who died on my birthday? Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry to hear that. I hope you're okay. Thank you for coming into the stream, and feel free to subscribe. I do mental health videos as well. Very sorry to hear that about your dad. Kate, did the temperature vary in the room? Do you mean when it happened? Not that I noticed. It might have, but not that I noticed when I heard the footsteps. But it may have. I think I was just busy doing other things, and that the noise of the footsteps just kind of got my attention. But at the time, I guess because it's been so hot here anyway, it may have. But I, you know, I didn't kind of, I didn't notice at the time. Kai, can I work out while wearing that cream you're using? Still, will sweating out ruin the cream? The cream is just Revitalift filler. So I guess if you hydrate yourself and moisturize, there's no SPF. I don't know. I don't think it would, depending on what you're doing. I mean, the treadmill is always going to make people sweat a little bit more than weights and things like that, or push-ups. But I don't think so. No, I think obviously moisturizing your skin is really important. So I would absolutely, yes, I think you'd be fine wearing this. Absolutely. Kate, if you sent it and express it, that's how it's supposed to happen. You're validating them by discussing it, coming naturally to you, or someone watching you. Could be, you know, spiritual. Yes, and suppose maybe talking about it now. My last live, not to freak anyone out, but on my last live to this, I think there's some people that said they could see it too. A little white kind of, I don't know if it's an orb or something like that, kind of went across the screen as I was talking about it. So maybe I shouldn't be giving it so much attention. And then I said on the live, has anybody seen that? Because I thought I was being paranoid. And I think Tassos, you said you saw it, and a couple of other people said, I see it. I think there was a guy called Tim in, and he said he saw it. So that made me feel a bit better that I wasn't going crazy. So yeah, there's something, guys. But, you know, I'm trying to kind of keep it kind of separate and not overthink it and things like that. Dr. Snorkel, are you a nun? No, I'm not a nun. I don't think I would ever want to be a nun. Jennifer Gorman, have you tried a lot of primers? I can never find a good one. I have one here, so I'm using this just to kind of use it up. As you can see, this is the e.l.f. putty primer, and obviously being a putty primer, it is going to be thicker, so that's quite good for if you have, say, medium or to heavy foundation, absolutely. But there is one here that I've almost run out of, and it's my Rimmel, and I used it in my last live. It's my Rimmel 5-in-1, and I may have popped it back somewhere. I did, but there's a Rimmel 5-in-1 that's it's more like a lotion, and that's really good too. So I would really recommend the putty primer if you're looking for something to stay in place for like more than, say, 6 hours. Putty in itself is going to be thicker and keep on the makeup longer. So this is the e.l.f. putty primer. I would really recommend that one. Tassos, I'm okay. Thank you for asking. You're welcome, Tassos. It's always really nice to see you in my lives, and as all of you as well. Kate, sorry. You don't have to be sorry, Kate. Are you okay? Tassos, you look beautiful. Thank you. I've got nothing on yet, but thank you for that. Nay, Marks Fibble. Thanks. I'll drop a sub for you. That's okay. I just really hope you're okay. That's obviously a big shock for you if your dad passed away. I'm so sorry to hear that. Cat Taybird, but that doesn't always happen. It doesn't have to be that way. They were making noise instead of a temperature change. So you know they're flexible. Yes, I mean, there's various things that have happened, and that makes a lot of sense, Kate. It has been flexible from, you know, the blanket coming down, the tap, and now the kind of, it's all, you're right, it's all very different. And it's spread out as well. It's not all happening at the same time. So I'm really not sure. And I will say that I've been here for 14 months and nothing happened for so long. So this is, you know, it's kind of something that I'm very happy to kind of leave behind, you know. So yes, Kate, very, very important to hydrate your face, absolutely. And in saying that, you've reminded me that I have my water here. If anything, the weather in the UK is so hot, it's making me, you know, drink at least 4 or 5 of these a day. So that's good. So shall we move on? Okay, so I want the foundation. So this is it, Revolution Skin Silk. So we're going to pop that on. But yes, you're right, Kate. It's really important to hydrate your face and hydrate your body basically as well. So something like a water cream is really good, and something like this, and then put on your SPF. So hyaluronic acid, niacinamide, that's really going to help as well. So we're going to pop on the foundation. It's a pump as well, so you don't really have to worry about wasting too much product. So if I just show you there, that's what that looks like. So they're not named. This is just F5. But you can look, there's 20 different shades for this. So really, really flexible. So I'm just going to pop it. I've got my mirror in front of me here. So how has everybody's week started so far? It's Wednesday already. Yes, it is. I had to think there. It's Wednesday already. Okay, so we're going to see one pump and how that goes. I've got my brushes in a little bag here because everything is packed. So I have to be super careful here, guys. Open it up. I've got one of my little black makeup bags. So I'm getting my foundation brush from Real Techniques. I love Real Techniques. This is it here. I'm being super careful. Let me just catch up on the comments. Natalie, hey, how are you? I'm good, thank you. How are you? So Kate, well, I'm sorry, what brand are you using? So if you're referring to the primer, e.l.f. putty primer. If you're referring to the foundation, it's Revolution Skin Silk. So the makeup brand is called Revolution. So what I'm going to do now is, this is a Real Techniques foundation brush, and I'm just going to look ahead in the mirror and start to pop that in. And I think it's quite a good skin match to me, but they have 20 shades. That's good, Natalie. How's your week going? How's it been? I've had a day off today, but I was just saying that there was because I'm moving, I had a viewing today, so I was trying to make sure everything was packed, which then inspired me to start packing even more of my own stuff. So it just became a big a big project today. But yeah, I think I'll sleep well tonight. But I hope you're doing well, Natalie. So that was one coat, guys. So that's the Revolution Skin Silk Serum Foundation. So again, when you hear serum, there's a lot of skin products there. So I'm going to do one more because I do feel like maybe the area here got a little bit of redness. We are going to do We are going to do a concealer, but I just want to pop on a little bit more. It does have a nice dewiness to it as well. So we're just going to pop that on. Tassos, hang on. Tassos, kind of random question, but what's your opinion on instant noodles? I love noodles. When I was younger, I used to, when I was in college and stuff, I used to live on, when I used to have to study at night and I didn't have time for dinner, me and my friends would live off of noodles, pot noodles. But I haven't tried the ramen noodles. Are they like the rice noodles? But yeah, I haven't eaten them lately, but I do like them. I do like them. A kayaking. My grandpa was teaching me how to do fishing. Oh wow, I've never learned how to fish. Is it catch and release? I don't think I could. Maybe I'm too soft-hearted like that. I think I would have to do catch and release. Okay, so you see this, I think for me, two kind of applications. If you have really good skin or you don't have redness, absolutely, just go for one coat. So again, this is Revolution Skin Silk, and it's a serum foundation, luminous serum foundation, 20 shades, guys, it comes in. So very, very adaptable to a lot of, and I like that because I think the NYX have a glaze out at the minute. I have it actually somewhere, but it only comes in 10 shades. So I think Revolution have been very kind of flexible in that sense. So we're just going to blend that in, and then I'm going to move on to my concealer. But do let me know what your plan is. Anybody going on a holiday? Because I'm forfeiting a holiday this year because I'm moving. But let me know, guys, if you're going away, or if you're already on holiday. Maybe you're on holiday now, or if school has ended, if you're in school still. Okay, so let me just check up on those comments. Hi, good morning. Hi, Shan. How are you? You were in my last live, I think. I remember you. Kate, it looks great. Match, yes, a match, and yes, a glow. Yeah, it's a serum, and I find, Kate, if it's a foundation serum, you do get that natural glow. So absolutely, and there's 20 shades, so I'd highly recommend it. Hello, Dimex Shorts. Okay. Nove, do you have a pink and black avatar on your face? No. Very good. Used to be very cheap. Revolution, you mean? Yeah, they have gone up in price slightly. I did notice that. I think because I had a Superdrug points card, the Revolution Silk for me was £8, but without a Superdrug points card, it was like £12.99, which for a foundation I think is quite expensive. You have beautiful skin. It matches your skin. Thank you. I think it's drinking all that water as well. And Natalie, best of luck for your house move and packing too. Thank you. I love the shamrock. Thank you for that. Yes, once I start to pack, I'm good, but it's the kind of motivation to get up and go is what I have. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to go in with that Makeup by Mario before we go in with the concealer. Now you can use these two ways. You can get a deeper color to your skin tone and use it as a sculpting contour, or you can just use it as a skin enhancer, which is what I'm going to do. So mine is in light. This is the Makeup by Mario Soft Sculpt Transforming Skin Enhancer. So when they say sculpt, get a deeper shade and use it as like a contour rather than a bronzer. But I'm just going to use this as a skin enhancer, and you'll see what I mean when I open it. So this is what it is. It's a liquid formula, and all I'm going to do before I go on, I actually might do the concealer first, but that's what it looks like. Get a deeper color if you're somebody that really wants to contour and elongate the face in. This is perfect, but I have it in light. My camera is shaking, so I'm sorry, guys. I'm not sure why, but my light keeps shaking on my camera. Sorry about that if it's coming across on screen. So there's two things I do. I'll just catch up with the comments. Sigmon. Oh Lord, Trump, save from the liberal, protect us from the woke. Mind virus, deliver us from the gay. From the darkest of night, bring us the brightest of day. Do you mean deliver us from the gay? This is a very open chat here, and I am very welcoming to anybody who feels what they are is what they do, they are. I don't welcome, and I may have misunderstood you, Sigmund, but if you are being you don't believe in gays or you don't believe in certain things, I am completely different. I support the gay community. I support the trans community. So please, this isn't a stream for that. We all have our difference of opinions, but if you do feel that way, this isn't the stream for you, I'm afraid. I'm very much supportive of gay and lesbian and trans community. So mentioning Trump is probably not the best idea on my channel. I'm not a supporter of him. So for my own reasons, this isn't a political channel, but please do keep in mind that there are different people that tune into my streams on my channel, and I'm very welcoming to everyone. So that's all I'll say about that. Ishan, you were pretty, thank you. Kate, oh, gotcha, and 20 is great. Yeah. Rahul, how are you? I'm very good. Oh no, now the lights are flickering. No, it's just moving, but I don't know if it's top heavy, Tassos. I'm not sure. It's from TikTok. It's a very good light, but it doesn't use, it's just kind of moving. But if it's not coming across on screen, it may just be that it's top heavy. Kate, Tabor, Rainbow, love all. Exactly. And that's what I say, Kate. I have friends that are gay. I have friends that are trans. I'm super, super open-minded. You know, I don't think that anyone deserves to be judged based on who they're attracted to or who they feel they are. That's just my personal opinion. So all I'm saying is anyone who is kind of welcoming to that, I absolutely fully support that. But if you don't, I don't really want you to comment negatively, because there could be somebody who, is on the live and on the stream, and that may upset them as well. So let's just be very, very friendly here, guys. Okay, so what I'm going to do, so basically what I've done while we've been chatting, this is the Maybelline Multi-Use Concealer. Now it does say, sorry guys, if you can see my camera shaking, I don't know what that is. Oh my goodness, let's hope we move soon. The camera, I don't know if you can see that, but it's, okay. So this is this is Peach. This is the multi-use concealer by Maybelline. It comes in green too, and I say it comes in green because it's a color corrector. Even though it says concealer, it's a color corrector. So if you have any, issues under your eyes, or you suffer from redness, you can pop this on before you actually do a concealer in itself. And on the concealer today is going to be the e.l.f. Camo Hydrating Concealer. So that's what we're going to do. Kate, not to judge anyone, God is the judge. Exactly, Kate, he is the judge for sure. So yeah, you like the concealer? This is really good actually, and I think you use it as a concealer, guys, if you don't have issues. I just know I've got redness and a little bit of, even since I was a little girl, I had that blue, that little blue on the inside. So I don't know what that is, but I always try and color correct it. So this does come in green, but if you do have, like you say, Kate, just normal skin, use it as a concealer. That's why it's called a 3-in-1 multi-use, because it's this is peach, but it does come in ivory and green as well. So all I'm going to do is, again, just use my finger just to dab under the eye. Patrick. I don't know, Patrick. What do you call a girl like that? I'm not sure. Tassos with the, yes, Tassos. Maybe you should come and cleanse the house, or somebody should come and cleanse the house. But I try to joke and jest, guys, because, I am leaving soon, and the only person I've really told in depth is Sophie, only because she's not religious at all, but she's super like open-minded. So I guess, and here, but maybe I should stop giving it, maybe we should think of it another way and stop giving it attention or something like that. I don't know. Stanley, hi, thank you for joining, Stanley. So what I'm going to do now that the color corrector is in, we're going to go in with the e.l.f. and this is the hydrating concealer. You can get it in normal, but I get it in hydrating. And then I'm going to take a drink of water, guys, because it's hot. But do let me know, guys, how your week's going. Is anybody going on holiday? I'd like to hear your holiday ideas, if you are. Okay, so I'm going to go in with my foundation brush. I'm just going to use the warmth of my hands just to kind of under the eyes. So I'm not going in with a brush directly, kind of dragging any skin anywhere, particularly under the eyes. And then just like that. Okay, so we're going to go back in with the Real Techniques foundation brush. And we're just going to slightly, but if you are new to the channel or the stream, guys, my name is Kira. I am a qualified freelance makeup artist, but I kind of haven't done that in a very long time. I do support work now, where I work with young adults that have Down syndrome and autism. And then obviously in my free time, I do YouTube. So do take a look at my channel if you're new to the stream, and subscribe. So it's really easy to kind of manipulate around the face. These brushes, guys, if you keep them really well, they do stay a long time. They're softer as well. Real Techniques, I think, when they first came out, were more expensive, and now they've kind of gone to that middle ground. You can actually get a 5 set for about £17. That includes blusher, foundation, eyeshadow, brush, like the kind of blending one, and then the contour. And you can get them for about £11, where they used to be like 22. So check out Real Techniques, guys, if you're looking for really good quality, but you know, something that isn't going to break the bank either. So I keep going to put it back in my eyeshadow box, but I've got a little black box here with everything in my makeup because everything else is packed away. Okay, so what we're going to do now is set the under eye. And this is the Revolution Rose, and this is the baking powder for under the eye. So we're going to do that. I'm just going to start popping things away. Oh, I've got it here. The last person who asked me about another primer, was it Kate? I'm not sure, but this is it. I mentioned Rimmel, and I had it right in front of me here. It's the Fix and Perfect Primer, 5-in-1. So it smooths, resurfaces, brightens, mattifies, and protects. So this is another great one. And it's got a moisturizer kind of, it's not like the thicker putty primer. It's more of a putty or a cream kind of base. Okay. Is Shan, she is naturally cute. I don't know. Oh, who do you mean, Shan? Okay. So what I'm going to do is just get my triangle puff, and I'm going to just go under the eyes with that powder, and that's what it looks like. So do let me know, guys, what you're up to. That's what it looks like, and I'm just going into the mirror and setting the under eye. Hey Avi, this is why you take a girl swimming within the first 3 dates. Okay, what does that mean? Where do you usually take a girl on the first date? I don't know what that means. If you're referring to my makeup, I haven't even gotten that far yet. I only have foundation and concealer on, but I think it's what's on the inside, and I always say that counts. It isn't always, you know, makeup. That's just something that makes you feel good. But it's always what's on the inside that counts, because beauty fades, guys, but someone's personality and somebody's temperament and somebody's ideas, they will never change. So always keep that in mind if you're dating somebody, and that's from experience. Looks are amazing, don't get me wrong, but it's really important to have somebody that understands your personality and you, because, you know, the dating side of things is great and it's exciting and everything, but actually the real important part is, after all that fades, what's left, you know. Okay, so that's it, guys, and all I've done is, if you're wondering why I went beyond the eyes, is that I just used the remainder in there. Sorry guys, I keep saying, I just use the remainder of what's in there kind of around the T-zone there, where I start to get, you know, oil starts to produce, where I get, you know, oily. So what I'm going to do with the rest of the skin, and I'm doing really good with this, guys, this is the Rimmel Transparent 001, and there is not a lot left. This is the setting powder, so I know I don't want to go and get a new one until this is gone, and I'm hitting pan. And if you don't know what hitting pan means, it means I'm coming to the end of the product. So I'm not going to go and buy another product until I come. Hershey Battle, are you British? No, I'm from Ireland. I'm Irish. So I'm just coming to the end of this now. So I'm going to get my buffing brush, and we are going to, and I'm going to have, I keep saying I'm going to have a drink of water, but I will have a drink of water. But guys, that's just my kind of advice if you're talking about dating. Always just make sure that beyond the dating side of things, that they'll support you and they're going to be there for you. And the other thing is that you still have things in common, so that you still have something to kind of, you know, do together. That's just my advice. Guys, why don't you tell her what you're up to? That's okay. I am very new to streaming and live, so I do tend to get Tassos, you and Sarah, and there's Cadillac John, but and Andrea in a lot of the time, but I do know we all go live at various, sometimes similar times. But I know some people too are quite shy to comment, but I do understand people are very shy tonight, and that's okay. I get that. But I'm very, talkative, as you can see. You're always welcome to kind of comment and chat, but I do appreciate your support, Tassos. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is just pop the lid back on the primer. I am going to have a drink because I keep saying that and I keep moving on to the next thing. Okay, so what am I doing? Okay. And I find having a straw, if you're somebody who really struggles to drink water, a friend of mine just kind of gave me the idea, just use a straw and it's easier. So that's what I've been doing. And this has been in the fridge for about 2 hours. But I guess, Tassos, some people kind of come in and out of streams, don't they? So we'll see. But I do get streams where people are chatting for the whole time, and then other times, whereas Gamers Notes is in America, and I know he does chat a lot, but his schedule is very different, and he's in school still, so we do chat a lot too. But I think we'll, over time, as things kind of progress, I guess, I'm hoping to get to 1,000 subscribers and new subscribers, 1,000 new, because then I'll just have more control over it. I'll have more time to put into it then, and I've got a lot of plans for it as well. Okay, so I've got my water. What we're going to do is go into the bronzer. And everything I'm using, I'm going to try and pop to the side. So, but guys, that's just let me know about what you think. And Avi, if you're still in the chat, that's, when you said that comment, this is why you always take a girl swimming within the first 3 dates. If anybody else knows what he means and I got it completely wrong, let me know. If he's referring to the makeup, I literally just have the slightest foundation on and concealer. But then that's why I went on to say it's not always about looks, because if you're trying to date somebody in terms of long term, beauty fades, as they say, and you have to have something kind of, there that the two of you still connect. So, okay, starts to shake again. I don't know, guys. What's going on? I don't know. Okay. So I have kind of shopped my stash, and if you don't know what that means, I kind of rotate my makeup so that I don't buy new makeup. I've got a lot of bronzers, I've got a lot of kind of things like blushes, and I'm trying to just rotate them to use the ones I have up before I get other ones. So I'm going to open this up. This is the Huda Beauty, and it's their Glow Wish Soft Radiance in Tan Light, and it's just a bronzer. So I'm going to be using that. If it will open, if I have it the right way. I say that, guys, and now it won't open. Sometimes I have lives that go really well, and then other times. There was a live, guys, that I had, and you will laugh at this. The entire live, I didn't realize when I was very, very new to lives. This is so funny, and you can go back and look at it if it's. I think it's still there. I had it set to private, so I'm not joking. I talked to myself for an hour and was like, "Oh, nobody's commenting. This must be quiet." And yeah, so that was when I was very new. I think it's still up there somewhere. But yeah, starting to learn as I go, as they say. But if you're just joining the live, my name is Kira. I'm originally from Ireland, living in Oxford in the UK. And I work as a support worker for people with Down syndrome and autism. And I am qualified freelance makeup artist, but I do obviously YouTube makeup tutorials as well. So this is what it looks like. It's kind of like a marble effect, a bit like, sorry guys, it's distracting me when it's moving. A marble effect, a little bit like Laura Geller. She has that marble effect kind of baked, I think is probably the right word, baked baking powder. So we're going to go and get my Real Techniques contour brush. If that folds, we're going to have issues. Okay. Right, so this is what it looks like. This is just my Real Techniques contour brush. I'm going to swirl that around. You can see it's definitely got that marble effect going. It's not kind of as big as you see on the Laura Geller Kiko Milano dupe Laura Geller a lot. So this is it. I always go back to the hairline, guys. So basically with contouring, you're bringing the face in. With bronzing, you're putting the brown where the sun would naturally hit your face. So with contouring, the idea is to bring the cheeks in, to define the face. With bronzing, it's more like a sun-kissed kind of look, like you've had a day at the beach or a nice tan. And that's what I'm going for. I'm not going for anything too kind of too strong, basically. And always contour where your jaw would find your jawbone and do it under there, because that's kind of where it would naturally. Tassos, the others part 2. I haven't even seen the others, so I don't know what that means. I have an idea. It's probably called, it's a film, I imagine, but I don't think I'll watch it. I'll watch it safely when I'm in a new place. Again, I haven't told a lot of people except for Sophie, and she's very, as I say before, she's very, very open-minded. So yeah, so all I've done, guys, is really bring that back. And the reason, if you're wondering why I'm bringing it right back to the hairline, otherwise it's not going to look natural. If I kind of sit back here, it does just look like I have like maybe a bronzed look from being out in the sun. And that's what you want to kind of look for. And that's why it's really important to get your color match as well. But this is really good. This is the Soft Radiance Bronzing Powder in Tan Light 03. So that's the bronzer. Let's move on to the blush. Blush is Max Factor, and again, it's actually, it wasn't planned, but it is a marble effect. This is the berries, is it? Gorgeous Berries from Max Factor. So we're going to do that. But let me know if you're new to the live or if you're a subscriber for a long time. So this is, again, this is actually, and it wasn't planned, guys, but this is another kind of, I guess, replica or copy of Laura Geller, and this is Max Factor Gorgeous Berries. And it's more of a marble effect baked kind of thing. So I'm just gonna swatch it for you. Really nice, guys, really strong. So we're gonna be careful with that. It's super strong. So I'm just gonna go in with the cheeks palette, the cheeks brush, aptly names the cheeks brush, as you can see. And then I'm gonna take another drink because it's getting hot. So that's what it looks like. I'm gonna be super light, guys, because I'm looking down in the mirror because it is really, really strong. And then what I do is I go in with a blender brush and I blend the whole thing out. But don't be afraid to comment, guys. Like Tassel said, I know some of you can be. Some of you are super chatty sometimes, which is nice, but others do tend to feel like they can't talk, which is, I completely understand. I used to be the same when I started to look at lives. I was very similar. I kind of would listen and things like that. But you know, guys, I'm very welcoming here. I'm very open to chatting. So never feel like you can't, I am going to buff this in just in case you're not going to keep it like that. Never be kind of afraid to say what you feel. Okay, so guys, all I'm doing is just buffing that to the extent of where I'm happy with the makeup. And that's what that is. Okay, so I'm going to do my brows and then we're going to spray with the e.l.f. gripping primer. Now this is a dewy effect, so I'm going for quite a dewy look today. So this is what it looks like. This is the e.l.f. and it's their Power Grip Dewy Setting Spray. I always give it a shake. I'm going to do the brows first and then we're going to go in with the eyes. So why I always do it is I always, and this is even when I do other people's makeup, what I used to do when I did is I would set all the base makeup. And what I mean by base makeup is say primer, foundation, blush, bronzer, and brows. I would set that, I would do the eyes, set that, then do their mascara, and then everything kind of kept really well for like 10 or 11 hours. So that's what we're going to use. It's the e.l.f. Power Grip Dewy Setting Spray. But the first thing before that is we're going to do our brows. And if I haven't brought it, I haven't brought it, guys. It's been a crazy day. Oh, I have. I was afraid today because if you saw from the beginning of the live, I held up the box that everything's in. And it's like a pretty small box. But so all I'm doing is shaking this. But I hope everyone's well, guys. I really do love really part of the streams for me, or the lives as they say, is more kind of getting to know you guys. I do like to kind of chat with people. As you might have seen from my lives, I do talk a lot, but I keep an eye on the comments, so don't worry, I do kind of respond to you. So this is the e.l.f. Holy Strokes Micro Fine Brow Pen, so you do give it a bit of a shake. But would you date someone from work, or do you think it's smarter to keep life and work separate? Is there somebody that you're thinking of, Tassos, in work? And it depends, I guess, if you both have an initial attraction to each other, and this is just from experience. Of course, you both probably want to explore that, but then obviously, if you work like, do you work in the same section or is it just the same company? I mean, it depends. You know, go on a few dates, Tassos, that I would say. If you like the person, go on a few dates with them and then kind of get a feel for things before it gets too serious. But yes, if you feel like, yeah, we have the same kind of interests, we're really attracted to each other, Um, I would definitely, yeah, absolutely. But I know what you mean. It can be, if it doesn't work, then I understand you don't want it to be awkward in work. But is there somebody that you like in work at the minute that you're kind of thinking about? I would say the big thing is the first date where the pressure is off is just go for a coffee during the day because there's not so much pressure. If you go for dinner or you go somewhere where it's very kind of, I suppose there's a lot of expectation, there's dinner, coffee is just super casual. And then you'll know, it's a bit easier. You kind of, and because you work with her, you probably, it's kind of half of the work, not so much work, but half of the kind of experience for you is already there because you know them on a semi-professional basis. So yeah, absolutely. Um, Paul, message retracted. Oh, sorry, Paul. You have a nice voice. I study English and listen to you. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I hope you're doing well with English. Are you doing like an English course or is it face to face or online? Tassos, I'm not in that situation right now, but I want an opinion. Yeah, I think if for me, it has to be two things. You have to be attracted, and there has to be, I suppose, a mutual interest. Because as I was saying before earlier in the live, if when the mutual attraction and the initial attraction stops, that's where all the interests and the similar connections start, and the similar kind of personality traits keep you interested, don't they? So, yeah, I mean, it depends. Natalie, I am more of an observer and listener. I will comment sometimes though. Oh, that's okay, Natalie. Don't worry. I mean, that's great if you're on and you just don't want to. That's what I mean. I've been on streams before where, I love what they're talking about, but I just like to listen. Absolutely, Natalie. Don't feel like you have to comment, but thank you so much. And I know, Natalie, that you've been like a long time subscriber of mine when I used to just do, my uploaded content. But absolutely, Natalie, I'm the same in some things. I just love listening to the conversation. I love looking at the makeup. So absolutely, I completely support that, Natalie. So all I'm doing, guys, is, and if you're wondering why do you shake it, it's because it's a pen. So if I just show you, it's not a crayon formula. And if you look, guys, the pen has gone back to clear. So you constantly have to shake that to get that brown to come down, and then you go back in. So you can hear it there. You just have to, so it's really good, but it takes kind of probably a little bit longer to get the color on. Then I guess less is more, and you can build on it and stuff like that too. So yeah, this is the e.l.f., if I haven't said, Holy Strokes Microfine Brow Pen. Irina, keep practicing and learning. Absolutely. I mean, I was always interested, guys, but to do some sort of traveling. I had a friend of my mum's did a TEFL, which is Teach English as a Foreign Language. And that she got to kind of travel and do that. But I think the qualification cost like €2,500, which was crazy. But once she had the qualification, she traveled to Portugal. She was in Dubai for a while. Yeah, so she was able to do a lot. But you have to do the Teach English, you have to have a really good kind of knowledge of English. So currently at Arena, what I would say is just really continue to do your course. Is there like oh no, sorry, my Welsh boyfriend actually summoned me. It was as if I summoned him. Maybe you were just thinking about him, and sometimes that happens. You're thinking about somebody and then they just text you or call you. That's happened to me before. So I don't know what you mean, Bubba. Okay, so that's it, guys. Very natural. I didn't want anything too dark because it won't really blend in with my hairline. I wanted to look natural, and I only went where my actual brows are. I didn't kind of put anything there that isn't there already. So that's kind of what that looks like. So I'm just going to, now what I'm going to do, guys, is do what I said. Now that the base makeup is done, we're going to do our first setting spray, and then we're going to go in with that eyeshadow palette. So this is it. It's a mist as well, guys. So the lesson I learned the first or second time that I used it is I used way too much. This is the Power Grip Dewy Setting Spray, Shockingly Fine Mist. Now, when I say mist, guys, keep that in mind because I'm used to setting sprays that you really feel them when they come on your face. The mist, I kept spraying, going, oh, I'm not really feeling a lot, and spraying and spraying. Hence, but actually, fine mist is going to feel lighter. So that's what I would say. Don't feel, just because you don't feel it like you would you know, a kind of an actual spray. So 5 or 6 sprays is fine. And it's just like a little mist. So the blush is cute. I always worry about overdoing it. So do I. I actually blended this in. It was the Max Factor, and it was their Gorgeous Berries. This is what it was here. This is it here. Lovely, really nice. So that's the base done, guys. So let's go into the eyeshadow palette. Thank you for all the likes, guys. And I love honestly, I really do love talking to you guys. When I used to work in Energy Kids, it was me and Sophie, and we were able to say kind of how we felt. And because I was I managed it, but I was also a play worker and she was a play worker. We used to go into work and not worry about other personalities. And we used to, even if we had a stressful day, we would still not have to worry about other things that sometimes when you're in a bigger company, you do have to worry about. And I guess that's kind of what I experienced, not to a really bad point. I mean, there's nobody in work that I wouldn't get on with on a daily basis, but there's definitely, guys, personalities in work that I've come to know and never experienced before, and done shifts with people like that. And yeah, so I think when you have a bigger company, a lot of things, when you're not used to it, can shock you. So yeah, I deal with that. So it's a really nice blush. Yeah, so it's Max Factor Gorgeous Berries. Too Cool. Hey, Too Cool. Thank you for saying hi. So I'm going to find that palette. I don't know what I've done. Sorry, guys. Ooh. I'm going to find the palette. What have I done? Okay, yes, I found it. Okay. So it's super small, but it's called The Wizard of Oz. There's No Place Like Home from Sheglam. And that's what we have there. Beautiful, beautiful colors. Oh, hi, Andrea. I wasn't sure if you'd be able to make the live, guys. If you don't know Andrea, she's making tutorials with Andrea, as you can see in her comments. And she does amazing eyeshadow looks. She's very talented. This, guys, I think is very it's not very price I guess expensive. It's from Shein in Sheglam. Sheglam is their makeup section, and this is what it looks like. I've actually had it a while, and I thought, why not have a look? Oh, I made the eyes. I was looking forward to this. I've only ever swatched it on my hands, Andrea, and never actually done a look with it. But this is so you got your mattes. You've got they're all named, but I got a sheet with the names. So the names aren't on them, unfortunately, but I will put a little sort of post and pin it below. But on the back, there's not the names. But look at the shimmers in that, really pretty. So I was going to go for like a bluey green look and put the white, one of these whites, in the inner corner and just make it pop. So that's what we're going to do. So quite pretty. Base makeup is done. We've popped on our e.l.f. spray just to set the base. I'm only going to be doing a lip gloss today. I'm not going to really go into any lipstick. I am going to just take a drink because it's hot. Hope you're well, Andrea, and you had a good day. There was a lot of people in at the beginning, but we'll see how it goes. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, and I usually cut the crease, but I'm actually going to go in with the green on the inner corner, and we're going to bring the blue out. So this is what they look like again. So you do have more of a icy blue, then a very medium baby blue, but this green I really, really like. Oh, Natalie, I'm subscribed to your channel too, Andrea. No, that's great, Natalie. Andrea, I only even found you like a year, I think it was this year. It was amazing. I was so glad I found your channel. So let's do a swatch of the green. They all have little shoes on as well, if you can see the little shoes. I was surprised because her shoes are red, that there wasn't like a red in here, but so that's what that looks like. I'm actually going to use my finger, so that's what it looks like there. And if you notice, guys, I'm going in the center. I'm not actually going either side because I have plans for the white and then the blue to come up. I love that they have those mattes, but they're quite deep. And I always go for peachy colors, so I'm going out of my comfort zone with this. So let's go back in with them. They have little shoes on that. But guys, I hope you're all having a really good week. Look at that, guys, so strong. And if I go down, you can see the little shimmer on that as well. I'm going to go on the other side. I find with shimmers, the heat of your finger really helps them stay, really helps them stay longer. The application is easier, basically. I find the application easier. And we're just gonna go down. And if you notice, I'm not going above the crease just yet. So what we're going to do is focus then on, so basically if you're wondering, why isn't she starting on the lid? Why isn't she going kind of, I'm going there because I'm placing that in the middle, which then gives me the sections each side that I know what colors I want. And I know it probably doesn't make sense, but when you see it, you'll kind of realize what I mean. I'm now going in with this kind of baby blue. So you've got two, this baby blue, and I'm going to go in the inner corners of the eye. And that, guys, it's actually coming off in the mirror super strong, but on the live it doesn't look as, maybe tapping it, this thing, there we go. But guys, I really like the fact that you're all here. I know, Natalie, you've been a long-term subscriber, and I really appreciate that, Natalie. So you can see, guys, the difference. It just kind of lifts from this side, if you see here, and it actually enhances the green. It kind of livens it a bit more. And then when we put that blue in and we kind of go up and kind of, that's what's going to go above the crease, because I have slightly hooded eyes. The blue is going to go up at the bottom. Now what I'm going to do to even liven that kind of baby blue up even more, I'm going to go in with the white. So that's what we're going to do. And we're going to tap that white over the blue. And that's just going to, you can see it's just brightened everything up. That's what we're going to do on the other side now. So I'm going back in with that baby blue. And we're going to just cover that here. But these are such fun colors, guys. It's summer, you know. It doesn't have to be summer, but it's always good to kind of do different looks. Green is a color that I actually don't really tend to go for, but I saw this palette when I was doing my packing, and I bought it at the time. Now they do a whole Alice in Wonderland collection. Oh no, it's the Wizard of Oz, sorry. So they do the mascara, they do the bronzer, they do the blush, all as a set, and I think it's about £40, but you get everything. You get absolutely everything in it. But I just really liked this eyeshadow palette. So that's what we're going to go for. So as you can see there, guys, it just kind of links up with the green. This is what that looks like. So that's what we're popping here. It's coming off a bit silver. There we go. And now I'm going to go back in with that white, and then I'll swatch the blue for you. So that's what that's looking like so far. I'm just going to take a drink, but we are going to go in then with this medium shimmery blue. And we're going to go on the outside, but also bring it up above the lid. So you get that gorgeous kind of glittery color. And what we could do is go in with one of these shimmers on the inner corner, which then just kind of makes everything pop. So I'm just going to get a drink. I think, guys, today I had a feeling that so I was here, I'm usually in work when the viewings have been happening, but today I had the day off, and I was here when the couple came to view, and they just seemed to like everything. They were talking about where they lived and where like it was very small, and that they had like a child. And I think like when they saw the house, they were super kind of excited. So I have a feeling, I'm not going to try and jinx it, but I have a feeling that they are going to take hopefully, and when I say hopefully, it just means that I don't have to worry about everything being perfect before I leave work, because, you know, I'd like to put my boxes together now and I'd like to do everything. But obviously, if somebody comes in to view the house, it has to be kind of as you had it when you first viewed the house, which I understand. So all my boxes are to the side here. I just have to make them up because my friend Amy from work gave me hers. She's just moved and she said, "Do you want my boxes?" And I thought that'd be amazing. So they're in the side, but they're not made up yet. But when somebody comes to view your house, whether that's renting or, you know, selling, you do kind of have to have the house a certain way. So I'm not going to jinx it, but they did seem very happy, and we're talking about where they were, that, you know, they were hoping, because they had a kid and everything, to kind of have more room. So that's hoping, fingers crossed, they take it. So I'm going to have a bit more water, and then we're going to go in with that blue, guys. And I was thinking of just going into that inner corner with a little bit of the shimmery pink. I always curl the lashes, and I will say, for me personally, curling the lashes does about 50% of Tassos. That did cross my mind. But I mean, is it just me or not? And I don't want to kind of freak anybody else out, obviously, because there's something additional happened. But, you know, what do you say to, somebody like that without sounding crazy? So we'll leave it there. Hoping that it's just a once-off here with me and then everything's fine. So, okay, what we're going to do is, I should have brought my facial spray because I'm getting quite warm. We're going to go in now on the outer corner with that medium baby blue. So that's what we're going to do. And then I'm going to use a brush. I'm going to place it with the fingers because the warmth of your fingers on the end. We're going to then take some on a fluffy brush. And we're going to bring that above the lid. So that's what we're going to do. And I'll just swatch it for you. Okay. Jados, I don't appreciate that. And I can always, get you out. So just be careful about what you say, please. This is a makeup tutorial channel. I'm quite lucky, guys, in that I don't get as much spamming as I used to, but I am very very prepared to kind of get people out if they don't. That's okay, you don't have to say sorry, but just don't be rude, because that's not what people are here for. Okay, so tapping it at the end, guys, because actually what I've just realized is it's super light in the pan, but actually it comes off a bit darker on the skin, if you notice. So we are going to be using a brush. You're not a degenerate, nothing like that at all. It's just what people don't appreciate. That's all what you're saying. Doesn't mean you're a degenerate. That's not what I was saying. Okay, so you can see it definitely on the eyes. What we're going to do then is bring that up, and I'm going to get my e.l.f. fluffy brush, because that's going to read, and I'm going to gently take that product, because as you can see, it is a bit deeper, which is nice, but we want to take that with a fluffy brush to kind of make it a little bit more, kind of bringing it up towards the brows. Okay. Everyone's welcome here. Like I said before, guys, I welcome everybody. I don't try to, discriminate against anyone, like we said in the very beginning of the live when we had that person talking about Trump and talking about people that weren't gay and he didn't accept it. That's not what I'm here for on my channel. I'm very, very accepting of people. I've got friends that are gay. I've got friends that are trans. I am not going to accept, even though I appreciate that's not what you're saying, Jay, you're saying something else. That still isn't very nice to say. So just keep that in mind. So I'm going to get my fluffy brush from e.l.f. Okay. But I do appreciate everyone being here. Everyone gets a chance here. So if you're not interested in makeup or anything like that, you don't have to be here. So this is just the e.l.f. fluffy brush. They're very inexpensive, but again, sorry guys, I'm just going to try and stop that from shaking. They're very inexpensive, but we want, like I say, with the real techniques, once you keep them kind of clean and wash them every 3 to 4 weeks, they are really good. Okay. Okay. So what we're going to do is I'll show you now. We're going to go in with this one. This is just my e.l.f. fluffy brush. I'm going to bring that. I'm going to look ahead just in case I'm looking down, if you see me looking down. And I'm just going to bring that. I do have slightly hooded eyes, so I bring it slightly above the bone. And funnily enough, it comes off lighter when you don't place it directly. So that's okay. These are great, guys, because these brushes are great. But I spoke to my mum today. I FaceTime her. We're so used to seeing each other, but she's in Ireland and I'm in the UK, so we FaceTime every day. But I still, I'm hoping this new house means that there's a lot more room and she can stay. Because so that's what that looks like, guys. And I don't think you need to tidy that up. If you look at that, guys, it does come off darker here, but it's really blendable. These colors are super blendable. I didn't put on my primer only because I've run out of my Profusion primer, but you could always use a concealer. So that's what I would say too. So we're going to go back in with that. I'm quite happy with that, because if we put a little bit of this pink or gold right in the inner corner, it's really going to just make everything pop. I will say I'm really surprised they didn't put a red in, just considering that she has red shoes. But I'm not complaining. I do think they're really, really, I suppose you could take this as like maybe a medium brown tone. but that's what it looks like. We're going to go in now again. But again, it's a makeup channel, guys, so certainly you're welcome here. But let's just be respectful. Okay, I think it's turning out quite well. Do let me know in the comments what you think of the colors, guys, or if you've got the palette, let me know. Again, I've had this for so long. I was doing my kind of switching around packing, and I found it, and I thought, oh my god, this screams summer to me. So, and also, guys, if you look at my last lives, I'm very into bronze looks, but I have to come out of my comfort zone. I'm super into gold, bronze, browns, and I have to kind of come out of my comfort zone with that. So what I'm going to do is go in with that, either the pink, if there was more comments, because I know we were saying earlier on that some people are afraid to comment, which I totally get, or just don't want to comment. I was going to say, if anybody who would like to kind of say what you think would suit more right in the inner corner before we go in with our blush. But look at that. That's what we're looking at so far, guys. I will say you don't have to have eye primer. If you have a concealer, absolutely go with concealer. I should have thought of that at the start, but you know me, I was talking away. But I do appreciate you all being here, guys. If you haven't seen my channel, my name is Kira. I am I've been on YouTube for about 12 years now, which is crazy to think about. I do makeup tutorials. I do mental health, most recently, videos. Anything I'm sent, I review, but I also used to do a lot of smoothies. So if you want to have a look there, I used to do green smoothies. I need to get back at that, guys, actually. I've registered for the gym where I live now, where I'm going to live. So I can't go back now, can I? But because I'm classed as an essential worker, something called a blue light card. You may, if you work in kind of nursing or doctors or anything that they class as essential working, that could be construction, anything that basically anybody that had to work during COVID was called an essential worker. And because I was a support worker, what they did is they give you a blue light card. So it's kind of discounts, say at restaurants, or, you know, sometimes you can get it on a flight, but like a discount off the price of the flight, not kind of on the flight as such. And one of them is they do a discount in the gym. So I can't really, complain. I should really do something. And I have been trying to kind of shape up a little bit because there's certain parts of my body that I'm just not comfortable with. And I do really want to kind of change that. So there's basically a gym probably about 3 bus stops away where I'm going to be working or living even, or maybe a 15-minute walk. So yeah, but I think I don't know about you guys, but when I like to swim, but I have to be very careful with my long-term illness and how I'm feeling that day. But when you go into a gym, guys, I don't know, you get very overwhelmed because you see all these people and they're so professional. Thank you for the love hearts. Your makeup is very pretty now, and I will look really pretty when you're done too. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. Tassos. Hot. Okay. XX Live Valent said hi. Hi. So that's kind of what you're looking at. Now I might, just because I know people sometimes don't want to comment, and we did talk about that earlier. I'm trying to see on the inner corner which one. Yes, Tassos. I don't really speak about it because I'm in support work, but I do. And I'm just very, I guess, very wary of it. But I think there's a couple of videos, you know, back in my playlist where I might have mentioned it. I don't really say it on lives, but basically it makes me feel quite, it makes me feel, I don't know how to explain it without saying it, but I guess for me, I don't want to say it because I'm a support worker and I don't want anybody who may know me to think that I'm kind of not capable of the job. So I guess, you know, eventually I'm hoping not to be a support worker. I love it, don't get me wrong. But when I become maybe in a different situation financially or anything like that, I'll certainly go into it more on this channel. But don't feel like you have to retract a message or anything like that. It just kind of makes me zone out slightly, and it makes me feel very tired afterwards. So yeah, I just have to be super careful, but happy to kind of message people if they're interested. That's absolutely fine, but I just don't like to say it on lives because I am capable of my job. I don't want people to feel, you know, particularly that might know me, that I'm not capable, but that's kind of that. So this is, I think, guys, I might go in with the pink. This is what the pink looks like. And we might just put it on the inner corner. And again, I'm using my fingers. Kira, how is it being married to Russell Wilson? I don't even know who Russell Wilson is. I'm not married. James, have you been on my live before, James? I don't recognize you. And I don't know who Russell Wilson is. Okay, so this is what that looks like. And I'm just placing it, guys, in the inner corners, as you can see there. And it just gives a bit of a kind of bronze look. And then we're going to curl the lashes and then do the mascara. I think I've gone in with this one actually, guys, instead of the pink, but that's okay. That's what it looks like. And I'm just kind of dabbing that on the inner corners there. And that's kind of what we're looking at there, guys. But guys, definitely take a look at the live that I've done previously, or if you want to look at the channel, you can. So what I'm going to do now is brush that out under the eyes, because I can see some of it has collected. So what I'm going to do is take my clean elf buffing brush, and we're just going to kind of buff the eyes just to get rid of any excess, because I can see particularly here it's kind of gotten a little bit brownish, and I wasn't going for that look really. But thank you for the likes and the love hearts, guys. I really appreciate you guys, and I do like coming onto lives and talking to you guys, because I always say makeup is great, but I do love kind of talking to you guys too. I'm going to take some water, then I'm going to show you a really good eyelash curler. I'm very new, well, I suppose I've been using eyelash curlers for about a year now, but I do find that they do 50% of the work of the mascara. I can't actually use false lashes because I do have like an allergic reaction to them. But we will do lastly just the mascara. So that's kind of the eye look, guys. You could certainly go in with those browns, you know, but I do really tend to go for bronzed eye looks a lot of the time. And I wanted to kind of go for something different. So what we're going to do now is I'm just going to take some water. Message retracted. Okay. That thing keeps moving. Sorry, guys. Gone through that water quick. So you could certainly, guys, if you want to, if you're thinking that it's not very strong, they actually are strong. I've just slightly maybe showed you what they look like. I haven't essentially, so this is the green. Why don't we pop a little bit more of that green on before the mascara goes on? So that's the green. You definitely can pack it on for a stronger look. That's what we're doing there. You can really pack that on, guys. What I do before the mascara, again, is I do set it and then go in with the mascara again. If you can see that, guys, I mean, look at that. So just pack that on. I don't mean pack it on as in, but really use your fingers, place that on. And it really just pops everything. I always wanted blue eyes, always, or green eyes. But my mom is blonde hair, blue eyes, completely different. I take after my dad's side of the family. So I'm always very aware of trying to brighten the eye because I've got brown eyes, but I always wanted like blue or green eyes. And Natalie, really nice. Thank you, Natalie. Bonjour, Griffith said hi. Thank you, Griffith. Bonjour to you too. So what we're going to do now is, and you could do that with the other colors too, guys. We could kind of, before we go in and set everything, we could just reapply, because it is quite warm, reapply everything. Just particularly on the eyelid section, and then we'll do our Gregory Masters, your face is alarming. Okay, well, this is a makeup channel. This isn't something that we would usually do every day, but it is a makeup tutorial using a eyeshadow palette, so you certainly don't have to continue to watch it if you don't want to. So that's what we're looking at, guys. Now I'm going to use that eyelash curler. Mine's from it's Studio London, but it's a Superdrug brand, and if I haven't brought it, I haven't brought it, guys. Everything is everywhere. It's the last part of the video. Yes, I have, or the live. So this is what it looks like. It has a cushion too, so I'd always recommend having a cushion here. So what we're going to do is just curl the lashes, and I do have a smaller mirror, so I always look down, curl the lashes, and then pop on the mascara just as the last point. but that's just reminded me we're going to set everything again. So this is what it looks like. Gregory, the green eyeshadow is probably throwing you off, is why you think it's alarming. This is definitely a summer kind of festival style look. But if you're not used to this type of makeup, or you don't do makeup, look at makeup tutorials, is probably, I can understand where you're coming from. So all I've done now is set the eyeshadow. We're going to let that kind of set. Now what we're going to do is curl the lashes. I'm going to find that little mirror. If I've brought it, I have. If I haven't, guys, again, the lips are going to be the Revolution Pout Lip Oil, and there will be pictures in my post section, Instagram and TikTok. TikTok isn't connected to YouTube just for privacy issues. Instagram is. You'll see a lot of my kind of, sorry, this keeps shaking. See, oh, sorry guys. A lot of my personal kind of life and stuff like that on Instagram more so. This is just the lip oil from Revolution. And then we're going to curl the lashes, and I have a new W7 mascara because my mascaras are definitely running out. This is W7's Lash Out, so we're going to use that today. Tassels, you can definitely go a little gothic sometime. Yeah, I mean, probably, given everything, I could. I've never tried it before, but I could. So I don't think I have the mirror, guys. So frustratingly, I'll probably... And I don't have a mirror in any of my... Do I have a mirror in any of the makeup here? No. Okay. So I'm going to just have to wing it. So I do have a bigger mirror here, but what I tend to do, guys, and what I always advise is have a smaller mirror, look down, because you have a really good close-up of your eye, curl the lashes, do the mascara, so that when you look ahead, all you're basically doing is just correcting. So I don't have that today, so I'm going to have to look ahead, guys, and... curl the lashes, and then we're going to go in with that W7 Lash Out. But that's the kind of look, guys. I was super surprised there wasn't a big bright red in that Wizard of Oz eyeshadow palette, just because her shoes are bright red. But I'm not disappointed with the colors. You can even see, guys, what it does. It really curls them before you even put on the mascara. So I'm super used to kind of looking in a mirror. So we're going to look ahead. This is W7 Lash Out. Just going to show you what it looks like. Okay, a lot of product. This is a brand new one, so I'm only doing repurchases at the minute, and what I mean by that is I'm not getting new makeup in terms of foundations, blushers. I've seen a few nice eyeshadow palettes. I'm just repurchasing what I need rather than getting new products. So if you're wondering what I'm doing, a lot of product came out, so I'm just making sure that it's not going to kind of clump together, particularly because I don't have that mirror to look at. So I might just move the mirror slightly. Okay, look down. This is waterproof as well, so we're just going to keep going with that. So that's quite good. What you can also do is get the disposable eye mascara ones, and they're really good as well. So that's quite good. But guys, do have a look at the channel if you're new to the stream. Again, just before the end of the video, I will start the live. I'll introduce myself. My name is Kira. I do makeup tutorials on YouTube, and I also am a support worker working with primarily Down syndrome and autistic young adults. And I'm in the process of moving, which is stressful. Okay, so I think that's quite good. This is my first time using it, guys. It does say it's waterproof, but you can see a lot of product actually came out. So if you've used this, let me know in the comments. It says it's waterproof. We're obviously not going to be testing that tonight because it's probably past 9 o'clock. So I'm just being super careful, guys, because... So that's that. It'll probably come out in pictures more. I'm going to just focus on the inner corners, and then we'll go in with the second eye, because I know it's not very interesting looking at somebody doing mascara. It's not the most interesting thing to watch. So that's kind of what that looks like. I'm very particular about my bottom lashes, so I don't know the mascara enough yet. I'll review it. I'll keep going, but I don't want to kind of put it on the bottom lashes and like it all clumps together. And so again, I would probably usually go in a few more times, but obviously it's live. You guys will get bored watching me do mascara. So what I'm going to do is do the other eye, and then we'll kind of do some pictures after this. So that's kind of, I would say that's about 5 coats. We're just going to go back in now on the other eye and do the lashes. But thank you guys for joining. I really do like seeing the regulars as well as meeting new people too. We're just going to curl that lash, and then we're going to do the other eye. I'm just looking, here we go. Okay. It's warm. But thank you guys. I love really chatting with you, honestly. As I always say intermittently through the lives, that makeup is amazing, but the streams basically are to get to know you guys. Connections are really important in life, I think. And after COVID, I will say, a lot of people in COVID, when that happened, suddenly we had no choice but to depend on online all of a sudden. And I think a lot of that, even though we're freer now in the sense of where we can go, I think a lot of that stuck with us mentally, you know. So I think lives just are that extra kind of personal touch, I feel. Okay, so I'm going to go super quick because I know watching mascara isn't the most exciting thing. But on first impressions, I like the shape of the brush. Waterproof is still to be seen because obviously it's probably 9:30 at night now. But I do like it initially. If you want to kind of glam this up and you can wear false lashes, absolutely do it. I can't. But Adriana, hi, I love your makeup. Thank you. We're just coming to the end. I really appreciate that. Thank you, Adriana. I like that name, Adriana. That's really pretty. Thank you for saying that. I appreciate it. So again, guys, if anybody, we're coming towards the end of the live now, so just want to say thank you to everybody. I really do love them. You're welcome, Adriana. It's a really pretty name. I like names that are quite rare. So where I am in the UK and Ireland, we wouldn't ever hear of that name, Adriana, a lot. But it's funny, when I came to the UK first, not a lot of people were called Kira, so it's kind of strange. And they always mispronounce my name. It was either Sierra or Kyra, but it's actually Kira, it's Irish. So guys, this is kind of it. I will pop up some posts in my post section on the channel, and then Instagram and TikTok are linked below. I do want to thank you all for joining me today. Hope you like the look. We can always do a different look, but I wanted to kind of steer away from the pinks and the browns because I tend to go to that. And so this is what it looks like. You could always go stronger and just have the, I love your name. My dad is Irish and he has red hair. Oh, wow. Amazing. Yes, Irish people are always people always think of, you know, red hair and green eyes when you think of Ireland. Thank you, Andrea. You could have certainly gone, you know, super strong with that green and just gone with the green all the way across. But I kind of wanted to just see what the other colors were like, and then going in with the kind of, because I've got brown eyes, I always wanted blue, as I said. I tried to go a little bit brighter on the inner corner. Natalie, take care and enjoy the rest of your week, Kira. I will, Natalie, and I hope you do too. I really appreciate when you come on, and I love to get to know you guys. And even if you just look at the lives, I know Natalie, you've subscribed for a long time. Adriana, the eyeshadow reminds me of a mermaid. Ooh, I like that. I like that. Yeah. That's a nice kind of look, isn't it, when you think about that? Again, thank you so much, guys. I really do appreciate you all. This mascara, I think we're going to have to just test it, aren't we? You could have certainly popped on some more, and it does say waterproof, but obviously that's kind of remains to be seen. Again, I would say, just to kind of glam it up, if you can do false lashes, absolutely go ahead and do it. Thank you all for coming on to the live. I do appreciate you all, and you know, the YouTube community I'm starting to get to know now, and it's really, really welcoming. So I hope you all have a really good rest of your evening or morning, wherever you are. And I'll see you guys very, very soon.